Cobra Kai, our favorite martial arts comedy drama, is nostalgic, feel-good, and action-packed. Seeing our old favorite Karate Kid stars return in this new television series has been a treat for fans of the martial arts drama franchise. As its 5th season approaches, we've come up with a list of our most loved and most hated characters, so stay tuned if you want to know more. First and foremost, we have Johnny Lawrence. Johnny Lawrence, the villain we so hated in the Karate Kid movies, is actually a fan favorite now. Making his appearance on the then YouTube show in 2018 as one of the main characters has made his mark on viewers. Audiences always love a good old redemption arc, and that's what Cobra Kai gives us with Johnny Lawrence. The hated bully of the Karate Kid movies is long gone, and instead, we find an adult who is trying to make things right. The boisterous bully we saw in the 1984 film Karate Kid, cockily beating up Daniel LaRusso every chance he got, is long gone in this spin-off, replaced by a sensitive Johnny who's just trying to accept his flaws. Learning about Johnny's past, such as his abusive stepfather Sid and his brutal sensei Kreese, has increased the empathy of viewers towards Johnny. Fans have loved seeing Johnny's character development from the bully in the movies to the technology-hating, resentful man in the early seasons, and eventually seeing Johnny soften when he takes on the task of training his neighbor Miguel. We're excited to see what the next season holds for Johnny. Now for Miguel Diaz. We can't talk about Johnny Lawrence without talking about Miguel Diaz, who too has become one of the favorite characters on the show. Who is this sweet teenager who learns to fend for himself with the help of Johnny? Who's the boy who softens his embittered heart? Well, it's Miguel Diaz. Miguel Diaz is a super lovable character who fans are always rooting for. That's why it was so great to see him develop a close relationship with Johnny. Caught in a fight with some neighborhood bullies with no self-defense reflexes whatsoever in Season 1, we see Miguel rescued by Johnny, who beats the bullies in no time. Miguel realizes the man who saved him is none other than his neighbor. He never would have known his mostly drunk neighbor would turn out to be a sensei master if it weren't for this event. Miguel insists Johnny train him in karate, and once Johnny agrees to reopen the dojo that taught him, the rest is history. Let's take a look at Miguel Diaz and Johnny Lawrence. What makes their dynamic even more interesting is how there is a bond of trust between the master and the student, but the occasional friction that keeps fans excited. For example, we see that Miguel is becoming increasingly frustrated with Johnny's aggressive teachings and negative outlook on life. The Season 4 rift between Johnny and Miguel also shows how karate and his personal life become more and more interconnected, leading to him becoming increasingly distant from the people he loves. Let's also not forget when Miguel started dating Sam. Yes, that's Samantha LaRusso, aka Daniel LaRusso's daughter. In case you're a little lost here, let us remind you who Daniel is, only Johnny's rival of 30 years. However things ended between Miguel and Sam, it was definitely an exciting plot to explore. Now for Daniel LaRusso. Ralph Macchio returns as Daniel LaRusso on Cobra Kai and was a familiar face we had loved since the Karate Kid films. The sweet 17-year-old who trains under the formidable Mr. Miyagi to best his rival Johnny Lawrence returns in Cobra Kai. We see Daniel living the life we thought he deserved. He seems happy, married to a beautiful woman Amanda, with 2 children, wealthy and thriving. But we learn that Daniel has lost all the important balance in his life that his mentor Mr. Miyagi taught him. LaRusso's karate ambitions get a second wind as soon as he sees that his old-time rival Johnny has opened up the Cobra Kai dojo. Setting up the miyagi-do karate in retaliation, we saw our favorite rivals face to face again. Yet, in an exciting turn of events, we saw Johnny and Daniel become reluctant allies to take down John Kreese. Let's learn more about John Kreese. That's enough about the redemption arc, the good guys, the underdogs. Let's talk about the real villain of the show, the most hated, John Kreese. So not only is John Kreese basically a murderer who lost all his sense of humanity in the Vietnam War, he is shown as having literally no mercy for anyone. In fact, that's the mantra he teaches his students in his karate dojo. Mercy is for the weak. Well, if the movies and the series have proven anything, it's that he sure believes this. What does John Kreese want more than anything? He wants power, recognition, and fame, and will literally kill, maim, and destroy in order to get it. Yes, this is the same John Kreese who proves how sadistic he is when he tries to strangle Johnny for losing the tournament against Daniel in the 1984 Karate Kid. We see Kreese return to the series as the main antagonist, his comeback brought on by Johnny's reopening of the Cobra Kai. Kreese wiggles his way back into the valley, but there's a certain freshness to his role in the TV series. Writers have made sure to humanize Kreese too this time around, and we learn more about all the horrible experiences he went through that probably made him the merciless 70-something-year-old he is in Cobra Kai. The suicide of his mother, being bullied, and the trauma of the Vietnam War definitely help us understand Kreese's no mercy mindset a little better. Not to mention, Terry Silver is a much-hated character on the show. If we're talking about characters we hate and fear, we can't possibly skip out on Terry Silver. Whether we look back at the Karate Kid movies or observe his role in the Cobra Kai series, one thing is for sure, that is one unlovable character. So, Terry Silver is one of John Kreese's closest friends, shocker, and comes to his aid in the Karate Kid films when Kreese needs an ally to take down Daniel. Silver also helps Kreese in the Cobra Kai television series in Kreese's plans to take down Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence once and for all. Silver, as co-sensei to Kreese, is a formidable duo, but what makes Silver's character so interesting is how he seems to even one-up Kreese in his manipulation. In the last season, we see him betray Kreese and completely take over the dojo himself. So, it's safe to say we're excited to see what the next season will bring. Up next, Tori Nichols is among the most disliked characters. Yup, Cobra Kai gives us a lot of characters to hate on, and next up in our list is none other than Tori Nichols. Fine, Tori had a very tough life and had to learn to be tough and maybe even a little ruthless in order to survive. If there's one thing Cobra Kai has taught us, it's that nobody is all good or all bad. But in Season 4, Tori got a bit too carried away. Yeah, remember when she tried to murder Sam? We see that Tori is someone Kreese and Silver take advantage of, and if the top dogs of evil see some potential in Tori, well, then she's someone to be wary of. Moving forward, let's look at Samantha LaRusso. Daughter of our very own Daniel LaRusso, fans were excited to meet Sam and see her perform in the newly opened Miyagi-Do karate. There's something exciting about seeing the bonsai badass do karate as the daughter of the OG Karate Kid. In fact, we learned that it was her father who taught her karate, and she also learned from the one and only Mr. Miyagi, her father's mentor before his death. Sam thinks of him as a grandfather. What we find really cool about Sam is how she decides to combine styles from two different dojos, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, and so becomes one of the best fighters on the show. We love her spirit and how she dares to defy her father, insisting that she find her own fighting style and not limit herself to the Miyagi teachings. Last but not least, let's take a look at Eli Hawk Moskowitz. Eli was once bullied and, as per Karate Kid tradition, turns to karate to fight back. We see Eli become a top student at the Cobra Kai dojo and take on a new and aggressive persona. He sheds off his old skin, believing he must become a totally new, merciless person. And yup, there's a haircut, the mohawk, that accompanies this new persona. It's been a really interesting character arc for fans to follow, seeing how clouded Eli's sense of judgment becomes as he excels in karate, embodying the ruthless Cobra Kai mentality a bit too much. In Season 5, we're excited to see how the newly humbled Eli will return, and we're curious to see if he continues on his journey to reconnect with conscience and be, well, less ruthless. Well folks, that's a wrap for this video. Let us know who your most hated and most loved characters on the show are, and if you think we missed any we shouldn't have. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.